Welcome back to the Stoop Football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I'm here with Mr. Mark, cracking his beer early. Not quite early, but mine's still closed. There we go. Cheers, guys. Happy today? Monday?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday,
not
guys.
The band, but the event.
See how weird it gets?
I tell you.
When you don't have the weekend to actually watch football, we have to deal with this international made-up competitions and things like that.
I mean, I know it's international break and I know there's matches on, but I just don't know.
I know, and it's so hard to find.
I barely watched anything, and I subscribe to
everything.
You know, my wife is like
CBS, NBC,
Paramount,
USB,
ESPN, whatever. Can't we just make it easy and it's just BBC One?
And
2,
like,
3,
what do you
4?
Google to find the people were like, oh, England,
I suppose Sky.
Saka had a great match or something. I was like, wait, what? How am I not getting updates on like everything I Google is football related, mostly. But still, they're giving me like updates on, this new ancient velocipede was discovered in Weehawken. And I'm like,
sweet.
But meanwhile, I had to find out from a neighbor that Spain was playing France in a championship, and I was like, "What fucking championship
I didn't even know
talking about
this morning?
What are you guys fucking talking about?"
That was crazy. I would have loved to have watched that match.
So, guys, since I just want to say what's
Spain
up to
find a striker yet?
Yeah, they called me. They were like, we heard your daughter's pretty good.
Nice.
And I was like, who you need to look for is
she's just weaving in her other legs.
Little bastard who plays for Leeds United under 4 team. He's
right.
He's closer. You don't have to deal with
exactly
with all that. But
I forgot about little bastard.
Let's say what's up to everybody here who joined us early. Bobby Two Scoops, I think you had the first comment, because I remember that because you said great title for the vid, gave me a giggle. Done. Show over. That's all we want to do is give one person a giggle.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. John says new rule, first person to comment buys the beers. These are on you, Bobby. So, but good evening to Scott, Ben, Jimmy, Mr. Tom, Mo Master, Faux Master, BX Gunner in the house, Bandy Fonoski. Good to see you guys. And for all y'all Gunners in the house and all of y'all who are here stateside, I will be on I will be on a podcast later on tonight at 7:30. So check my Twitter. It's all up on there on
7. I am assuming that's 7:30
Eastern. 7:30 Eastern. And it is this one. I will put the link for you right here, as I forgot to do that. Anyway, we'll put the link up in a minute. It is the Red Cannon podcast. So I'll be on with Don't Waste a Tweet and a bunch of other fun people. So today's show is don't worry, BX. We'll throw up the link up here in the comments at some point when I find the actual link. Because that's just anyway. Today's show is all about you guys giving us questions about things that happened this weekend, football related, non-football related, all of that stuff. So let's go over to Mark, and Mark is going to explain to us why Mbappe was not offside.
Well, I just saw the replay of it. I don't think he was. I think it was close with the new rule and the changes of the offsides and the VAR. You could have called it any other way. The angle that they show us kind of obscures the defensive player behind it. And I think that's why they called it that way. I don't really know. You see, like, we don't know where his feet are.
You know, by the lines on the pitch, his shoulder is offside. His arm is offside.
Maybe he's giving a little kick, trying to slow him down.
Look at that. Mbappe was not offside because France bribed the officials as usual. And look, Jameson says, evening, I'm in France now. Last night we had a drinking session and the French match wasn't even mentioned. But you saw from Mbappe, you would have thought he won the World Cup again.
Oh,
you would have thought he won something.
Oh, my
Bobby, Two Scoops,
God.
he actually bought the beer.
You really do think that he
Thank you so much,
won
Bobby.
like the Golden Boot or the Ballon d'Or or whatever the hell they call it, because him jumping over into the stands and carrying on the way it did, and he had that smile on his face for a good 20-30 minutes during the rest of the match and afterwards. He was pretty happy on a questionable. We'll call it a questionable goal.
I think he's terrible.
If I had watched it in real time, I may be able to give a better opinion. But I was grocery shopping.
BX has a comment here, and he says the new rule is sketchy. And if he's talking about the new offside rule, okay, fine. But he better not be talking about the new rule that John just created, which is the first person to comment buys the beers. And Bobby paid up. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
Yeah.
Bobby paid up. And look, Ben Ireland's
like, I'm not going to be outdone.
Ben's like, this is for all the times that Ben was the first. I can't wait. Anders is going to be chiming in because Anders is usually on there. So we're going to have to put that new rule up there. We're going to get no comments. We're going to get no comments because everybody's going to be afraid.
We're going to be pulling out our own phone and sending super stickers to ourselves.
And
what am I kidding? I'm broke.
Yo, Ben, we can't keep doing this, man. You can't keep sending us money. I just sent Ben all the money that we raised for him from the Alibi show.
Yeah. From GoFundMe.
So for those of you guys who don't know, we did an Alibi, the Alibi show, the Get Out of Jail show last Friday on the happy hour because Ben Ireland got the cops busted into his house and arrested him, and he had proof that he didn't do it because he was on our show. And so he got out of jail and all that, but they busted his pipes and they fined him and stuff. So we raised some money for him, and y'all Stoop Crew raised money for him just to cover that stupid fine that they gave him. And I sent it over to him, but now you're sending it back and letting YouTube take 30%, Ben.
Wait a minute. YouTube takes 30%.
30 fucking percent.
They should be in jail.
They should be in jail. Yeah. Anyway. So as I was saying before, though, fellas, we're here, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, us, they, them, whatever. We're here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about today, and any questions that you want to talk about. So I just wanted to talk about that stupid Mbappe goal because he was so clearly offside. He scored the goal and immediately looked up with his Michelangelo looking face.
He is like, is that going to hold?
No, he looked up and he was like, okay.
And even like his own teammates around him were very slow to kind of celebrate. I saw enough of the play. I saw a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What I did see was the most glorious goal from Karim Benzema. From and it was going in even before the goalie got a paw on it, because the goalie does get a paw on it.
He tried his best, man.
It's just whipping by
and had such spin
and I
on
tell
it.
you, I gotten a little bit of a tussle on Twitter because after seeing Mo Salah score, where he takes it from a triple team to a double team and then somehow managed to slot it into the far post, I said, that man is the best footballer in the world today.
See, that's the problem. I don't know if that is exactly what you said.
That is pretty much
what I said. But
now if we're going to get the lawyers out because people can't find out exactly, you can go to my Twitter account and find out, if you're following me on Twitter, which is
there's
of like
4 people that follow you and I'm 2 of them.
So if you got a Twitter account, follow me, Spawny Mark. You can find me. But I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Playing in the world today, and today is kind of a broad thing. But after seeing Benzema's goal and knowing how much he's been scoring and the quality of goals that he is,
yep,
I think you have to put Benzema in the conversation. Our resident German wanted to put Lewandowski. And I just, I don't think Lewandowski does as well as he does without Mueller on his side. I think Mueller has a lot to do with Lewandowski.
Yes. But
I don't know. Which
if we're talking
which
best
Ninja
players in the
Turtle
world,
is Lewandowski anyway?
Lewandowski, no.
Is he a Ninja Turtle?
No, that's
No?
Mbappe.
It's-
Mbappe is all of the Ninja Turtles.
he's just swapping.
He's just swaps
Masks.
colored masks and the eye mask thing. But listen, if we want to talk best players in the world, Lewandowski is up there.
Sure.
But that's where I tried to clarify on Twitter with Kantak and say, I think Mark means most in form currently in the world. Currently, right now, no matter who, so looking at it fantasy wise, because that's how you sort of get your team allegiances out of your brain. Who's undroppable no matter who they play right now, and it's Mo Salah and Karim Benzema, because they're gonna score, they're gonna get an assist.
Are those separate
leagues? Yeah. But I'm just saying, putting it in that mindset, because even Ronaldo and Lukaku, I would switch them out for. I mean, yeah, you probably
can afford both of them on your team.
Some people can. I don't like Ronaldo, so he's not in my team.
Well, I watched this this fantasy Premier League fantasy league show, and it told me that I should pick up Ronaldo, and I did, and he sat on the bench.
Yeah. Well, Lukaku only got like 2 points,
I don't have Lukaku.
and Antonio only got a point. Salah did the best once again, even against Man City. And look, Ben is talking right there. He was shit all night. He's talking about Mbappe. Mbappe he was terrible. The goals he should have made when he was onside, he didn't.
Yeah. I gotta say, through the Euros, and I am not impressed with what I've seen of him. I know he's young, and I know he's a very, very talented player, a very talented footballer. But it's the curse of Spawny Mark. Whenever I watch him, he does fuck all.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lukaku.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see, to see that brilliance. I've only seen it in spurts, but where I do see consistent brilliance is watching Mo Salah.
Oh my God. It's brilliant. The goal against Man City he went past 6 or 7 of the best players in the Premier League.
He had a triple team triangle around him. Broke past that.
You gotta do it this way. They can't see you.
Triple team triangle.
Hey, he was in here.
He's in here.
Binga,
He drives on one from the triangle. One from the triangle peels out. Another guy comes forward, but that's where. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? I'm lost. People moving around and moving up.
Yeah,
and
Salah was fantastic. And it was against City.
Salah
it wasn't against Norwich. It wasn't against.
Blew past those two, and then still got face fronted by a defender, and he just was like,
and the goal was just,
and his celebration exuded it was like a capsule of the confidence that he is just playing with right now. It was like his look on his face was like, yeah, what, you didn't think that was going to happen? You didn't believe it?
Yeah. Look at Bondi. Elon Melier, undroppable. Maybe for Leeds, but not for fantasy, because they're probably going to give up a goal. Yes, he will make 12 saves, but one's going to go in, probably. So who do you guys think right now, who is the most informed player in the world right now? And I agree with you, BX. Lewandowski was robbed. I don't know if it was last year or the year before the coronavirus year. The
robbed of what last year?
Of the Ballon d'Or. He should have got it, and they gave it to nobody. Let's hear it for John, the director.
Now I don't know much. I definitely don't watch Bundesliga. But didn't he have something like 36 goals last year?
He was 40, unbelievable.
40 goals?
Unbelievable.
I mean, the number is quite impressive. But I don't know. Maybe I just don't mention Lewandowski because I wasn't all that impressed. I actually thought Poland would go far in the Euros, and they didn't.
Rafinha.
And do fuck all.
Rafinha is the most informed. Rafinha isn't even the most informed Rafinha I've seen. So stop it. Yes, he's the best player on your team right now, but he's not the most informed player in the world. If you are telling me that is the best Rafinha, maybe the 20 minutes that he played for Brazil, that's informed Rafinha. But what's been happening for Leeds United has been Rafinha doing the best that he can do, but he's not getting much help.
Well.
And so,
given that he is not exactly
no.
fit and not exactly in
Look
form,
at Jimmy. If it's not Leeds,
fuck him.
Okay. So Salah, Benzema, 1 and 2. There you go.
They're so close, man.
They are so close.
I don't know, and I can't even begin to think. Like, I don't want to watch any more football.
You don't?
I don't want to watch any more football. I watch so much as it is. I miss my wife on the weekends.
Why?
Because I like hanging out with her. She's kind of fun and cool, and I don't know.
As Lolo worded it, that Spurs cunt had a good game for France. Yeah, as soon as Oyarzabal scored the goal, I was like, "You're that Spursy cunt." Oh man,
Iora Bulba, what?
Or Oyarzabal or something like that. Hey guys, that's the link for the show that I'm going to be on later. It'll be started in about 2 hours 15 minutes. It is Arsenal related, but if I'm on the show, it's going to be about whatever I want to talk about as well. Like right now, enough with that football talk.
I'll be on in the comments.
Exactly.
Who knows what I'm going to say?
I want you guys in the comments.
Gunnersaurus.
I want you guys in the comments later talking mad shit and letting them know that our fans are better than theirs.
Just be like the Stoop rules.
So I want to get to somebody else. I told you guys we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And somebody up there earlier in the comments said they want to talk Tyson Fury. Did you watch that? Or the highlights at least?
I snagged some pretty decent highlights. And that movie, Rocky?
Never heard of it.
Maybe you've seen it. It's pretty good.
The arm wrestling movie, Over the Top?
Over the Top. Oh my God. That is like...
Second time today I've had a conversation about that. What's wrong with it?
It's terrible.
I'm gonna win this arm wrestling competition so I can get my son back.
All the arm wrestlers in there are just so coked up. They're just like dripping sweat underneath those hot lights. But it's a pretty good movie. If you haven't had a chance, watch Rocky, because the slugfest that was Fury Wilder. It was an absolute.
I gotta say, I'm not crazy about boxing. That was fun.
When I was young, you could watch. There wasn't pay-per-view, and you could watch matches. You could watch boxing matches. It would be the next day, but you would see it in total, and you would watch every single one. That's what Saturday afternoon was for. Not so much anymore, so I don't really watch much boxing. But this was a slugfest. He's trying to fart. I hope he doesn't shit himself.
No, they're talking about the truck and Over the Top. We've moved on. We don't know what you're talking about anymore. You mentioned Over the Top. It's over. He had the rig in his truck so he could work out. I'm gonna get my kid back. The Hawk. His name was the Hawk.
That's right.
Only the second best Hawk in a movie. Hudson Hawk would be the best.
Do you remember some of the early Sylvester Stallone movies? You ever see the original Death Race 2000? He plays a character called Casanova Frankenstein.
Who are we talking about?
Sylvester Stallone in the original Death Race 2000. Check it out. It's so much better than the one with like
Lincoln Hawk. That's his name. Lincoln Hawk.
That's it. Yeah.
The second best Lincoln and the second best Hawk.
Who's the first best Lincoln?
I mean, Abraham, right?
I tried watching that movie. It's so hard to get through.
Hudson Hawk, would you like to swing on a star? I've sang that to my daughter since she was born. And now that she's older, we try to rob the other room at the same amount of time as singing the song. Do you remember Hudson Hawk?
Yes.
So they see him and Joe, not Joe Piscopo.
Joe Pesci?
No. they rob places, but they know how long they have by certain songs. So he's like, we're going to rob this place. We've got 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Would you like to swing on a star? Ready, go. And they go in, would you like to swing on a star? And at one point, they're like, 7 minutes, 22 seconds. National anthem, Whitney Houston version. Go. It's fantastic. Anyway, what are we talking about? I love these Monday shows.
We're talking about these international break Monday shows where we're just struggling for things to talk about.
Stallone is Joe Machine Gun Viterbo in Death Race 2000. See, Mr.
Really?
Tom Googled it.
I thought you're right. I thought he was Casanova Frankenstein. Was that Carradine's role? Was Carradine Casanova Frankenstein?
I don't know.
I think it was. I think Carradine, David Carradine. I think that's his character.
So guys,
I got him mixed up. But you're right. It was Machine Gun Joe, not to be confused with that guy who's suddenly famous, Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly, isn't that? I don't know. So Tyson Fury. I just have to say, I didn't know much about these guys. I didn't watch the first one or the second one, but part 3 was fun, and I have to say, for such a huge, just behemoth of a dude who he's like cheering and his arms look like my arms, like they're kind of, there's no definition. They're just arms,
like Butterbean.
Yeah, big like Butterbean.
That guy was just big,
and he got knocked down at one point.
They both did.
But then he just came back, and then he said after them, and then he goes and parties with Steve Aoki in Las Vegas without a shirt. Like he never put his shirt. Like DJ guitar player, super famous.
Not that famous.
Super famous. You would have toured.
I don't know of him.
Anyway, he's there partying there. Yeah, if it's not Adele, we don't know him. So I just want to know, for all y'all out there, if you guys had to have one of these fellas on your team as like your center back, would you have Tyson Fury or what's the other guy's name? This is how much I know about Wilder. Gene Wilder or Tyson Fury. Who would you rather have as a center back?
Well, not Gene Wilder. That would be some crazy hijinks on the pitch.
No, his name is
either I'm going blind
Wilder.
Or we're just getting darker and darker.
It is just getting.
I'm not really sure what's happening.
No, it's my computer trying to balance.
Now I look like a milky.
So
bastard,
look,
right?
they're all saying Fury. I don't know. The other guy, Wilder, seemed like he could actually run a little bit. So
sure.
So I think I'd rather have him as my center back.
I'd tell you who would run if he was chasing me. I'd be the fastest guy on the pitch.
All right, next question. Better question from Mr. Tom. Die Hard, Commando, or Predator? And he's not talking about movies. He's talking about underwear styles. Do you go Die Hard, which is you never change your underwear? Commando, you never wear underwear. Or Predator, you wear underwear, crotchless underwear.
That is, that's some good stuff. That's comedy, people. Mr. Tom, I got to go with Die Hard. It's the ultimate Christmas movie, even though it's not a Christmas movie. Who the hell? What the? That guy looks like a toe.
Yeah, it's for you.
Did you see that?
It's Butterbean.
Let
me see.
Yeah.
He looks like a toe.
Oh my God. He does look like a toe. Wow.
No, I gotta go with Die Hard. I gotta definitely go with Die Hard. I barely remember Predator and no, I barely remember Commando. I remember Predator, and honestly, my former governor of Minnesota, Jesse the Body Ventura, just slays it.
Now, okay, trivia for you, Mr. Tom, and for everybody else, of course. who was originally cast
Oh my God.
and started playing the creature of the Predator. The actual Predator in the costume and all that, didn't finish it, shot a bunch of scenes, and then was fired. Which famous actor or was originally cast as the Predator in Predator 1, the first one? Who was it?
Ozil.
Mesut Ozil. And they didn't need a mask or anything. They just gave him his wonky eyes.
You know, something
and it was like
something I never realized. Predator features 2 actors who went on to become U.S. governors.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And BX Gunner was first, and he got it right. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Did you know that?
I know nothing about
it was before he was famous. It was one of his first roles, and he was just a bitch about it. He was like, "No, I don't like this. I'm not doing it." Of course, he said it in a French accent.
I don't want to have anything to do with this franchise.
He's like, "Why do I keep turning invisible? I could just do the splits." But I would say out of those movies, Predator. I think I'd go with Predator.
Yeah, I gotta go. With Predator.
Die Hard is pretty great. Die Hard is one of my favorite Christmas movies, I would say. Raoul Moat, says Scott Newby. I'm assuming that's the guy who replaced him and played him the whole time.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go home and watch these movies. I'm gonna find them somewhere and I'm gonna watch them.
So I was thinking that, you know, down the line as On the Stoop gets bigger and bigger, that we should have like a Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights movie review show with whoever wants to be on the show, like Mr. Tom, Bobby, people like that.
Yeah.
Me and you. And we go through these old movies, old TV shows, and we do a review of Predator or watch it together. Who cares? You know, like we'll say, everybody ready? Press play now. I think it would be a lot of fun. And then random people would log into the show thinking it's something to do about football. And
awesome.
Just like today. No, it's not.
Let me grab my calendar. Yet another show. That's 5 a week.
Yeah, we don't know who Moat is. Raoul Moat was a killer in England. It was a reference to the Butterbean.
I see.
Pop-up video. Pop-up video would be a lot of fun.
Raw was okay. Bring back VH1 pop-up videos would be awesome. I used to watch that.
Yeah. We
actually, what was even better was Behind the Music on VH1. Y'all remember that show, Behind the Music?
I do not.
And then they started doing parodies of it. So they did Behind the Music with like The Simpsons and Behind the Music with the Junkyard Gang from the Cosby animated show, which was hysterical.
Yeah. Neil just asked, do football stars have gambling addictions?
Addictions,
I think.
In addition to being a footballer, I love to gamble.
In addition to that, we're going to add a C. Addictions. No, because we're just... I'm watching this new thing out on Netflix about like bad sporting things, and they talked about the 1994 ASU gambling ring. Remember, like that guy Headache?
Yeah. There's a lot. Look,
Headache.
in college sports, there's a lot of illicit gambling, and I think basically what it comes down to is that I think the sporting leagues and the powers that be have finally just said there's a lot of money involved here, and if you can't beat them, join them. And that's why we're seeing Vegas getting a football team. Wait till New York legalizes online gambling. Then it's going to change everything in sports.
Yeah. You know what's getting huge over here is Formula One.
Why?
You remember Capasso, the original DP of this show?
Mm-hmm.
Him and his girl are all about F1 these days.
They do a Grand Prix race over by the water.
I just hear lots of people all the time talking about Formula One right now.
It's this.
Yeah. I can't really get into it.
It's like watching tennis.
Yeah.
I get a neck workout.
See, F1 has been hot. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. But I'm just saying
Got
that
dizzy.
that these days I keep hearing about it, where before I never heard shit about it. Maybe if there was a big race coming up, you would hear something about it. But or yeah, that movie that came out, a couple movies that came out, and I don't know.
Oh, one's about the driver. What was his name? The Italian driver?
Senna.
Sienna.
Oh, there he is, Senna the God. Mr. Tom, you've served Premier League footballers at work. Are they allowed to bet? They're allowed to walk in and bet? They can't. Surely they can't.
Well, you can bet. You just can't
Bet
on your own. You can't bet on your own match. So, like for instance, Calvin Phillips can't bet on his match this weekend. You can bet. I mean, that was the problem with Pete Rose.
Well, Calvin Phillips has no idea who's going to be playing with him this week.
That was the whole thing. Hey, Ray. That was the whole thing with Pete Rose. It wasn't the fact that Pete Rose bet on baseball. He bet on his own games. And he was manager at the time. He wasn't just a player. Free Pete Rose in every box of cornflakes.
Free Pete Rose. Wait, what?
Pete Rose needs to be put in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. He was my dad's favorite player.
He was my favorite player for a couple of years.
Here we go. We've got a question about football. Bruv, does you think United should let Pogba go or spend the cash to resign him and a partner for midfield? Anybody
sign him,
resign him.
Resign Pogba.
I'm gonna read that. Resign. They should resign him.
Resign him.
They should resign him. No, listen. If you can get cash for Pogba right now, Ollie doesn't play him in the right system. Thank you, Jimmy.
This is true.
Ollie doesn't play him. Ollie has to play him as a defender in a defensive midfield role.
Sure.
Because they need a defensive midfielder. But Pogba is better up front. You put Pogba on half of the other teams, most of the other teams in the league, as somebody playing a bit forward. That's where he does incredible work.
It's very, very true.
And that's what was surprising with France was he was playing a little bit further back and they were getting nothing. And then towards the end of the game, they started pressing. Pogba went forward. So if y'all can get money from Pogba for Pogba, get it. Get that money now. Recoup some of your losses.
See, that's what it is. It's a loss. I mean,
it is a loss.
You paid like what, $90 million for the scum paid $90 million for Pogba? Some ridiculous amount of money.
And look, Ben says next question, please. But Ben, that's because you hate Man United. But if Pogba were coming over to be to help solidify that the midfield.
See, I didn't realize that his contract expires.
If you have to sell him, then you have to sell him, or else he goes for free. You can't. Man United cannot keep adding players and pissing off everybody else. You have Edison Cavani, who had an incredible season last year, and he says, "You know what? I'm going to stay." And then you sign Jadon Sancho, Ronaldo,
but didn't.
That's why
didn't Cavani,
Tin Pot Club.
Didn't Cavani agree to stay even after there were rumors of United getting Ronaldo?
I don't know.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not much of a Man U fan, but Cavani sure is fun to watch.
Cavani is very fun. I've always loved him for Uruguay. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic player. He's a poacher. He's somebody who always knows where the net is.
He's got a target for the ball. He's very good on the headers.
Yeah, he agreed to stay a year before Ronaldo. That's what I thought. It was like end of the season. He agreed to stay. And go to Newcastle. Newcastle will take him, I'm sure. Imagine the setup St. Maximin would have with Pogba there. Pogba would have 800 assists.
Are they going to be able to play in those new kits? The full robes? The Saudi robes? Are they going to be able to play in those kits? Yeah, I went there.
No, they're not.
Of the turban, oh, come on, that's good material.
Next question. Ben asks, when do oranges blossom over in America? That's a Florida question. I don't know.
February,
24 all year round. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Orange juice is never sold out.
I've always been able to get an orange.
Look at BX says, crying, hand on face, alien. I don't know what that means. Take it, me, Mud. Will do, baby.
All right. Anyone decent will soon be at Newcastle anyway. No, because Newcastle's going to go down.
There you go. Look at Jason Lellis. Guys, I was just a bit jealous of y'all having drinks last stream. It could have been any stream. We've been drinking more and more these days. Yeah, baby, in 5 minutes. Well, cheers to you, Jason. Cheers,
so
man.
Now he's drinking a bottle of rum. Me mum got me in my yum tum.
Rum and my mum with my yum
rum yum tum.
Okay. Mr. Tom asks, how many crimes should I commit in time for the next stream? No, here's the thing. You got to do it while you're on the stream, so you have a little alibi. Right? Ask Ben. He'll let you know.
Exactly.
BX asks, Lingard to Newcastle. Just watch. I could see Lingard going to Newcastle.
Nope. Newcastle's not going anywhere.
Over there, then.
Lingard's not going anywhere. Somebody's not going anywhere. Everyone's going nowhere.
There was a question. Does you think Mbappe is wasting away at PSG with few games and fewer decent defenders? I think Mbappe should have left straight away. As soon as Messi came, Mbappe should have left. And I think Wijnaldum should have pulled out of his contract and gone over to Barcelona. Barcelona could be killing it with Wijnaldum. Imagine Barcelona with Wijnaldum and Mbappe. Not that they could afford either of them at this point, but look at Real Madrid with Mbappe. With Benzema, are you kidding me? Those two play very well together. So, yes, he's absolutely wasting away. Neil Garner says, was Clint Dempsey the best American soccer player ever, and will American soccer players still be in demand in the Premier League?
That's a good question.
To answer the second part of that question, they're only going to go up and up and up in demand because they're getting better. They're just getting better. As football is getting bigger and bigger globally and there's more money in it, you're starting to see, okay, in America, if you're a kid, you don't only have an outlet to college through basketball, baseball, and football. You can go through with soccer as well. And you can play locally and you can go. But look at Weston McKinney.
Granted, the academy system in the U.S. is not there. But this is what I see. I see it being kind of like that West Ham model, where West Ham is going to smaller markets. And not that the U.S., we kind of create our own markets. Our market's fucking huge. But the players that would be coming over from the U.S. aren't going to be more than 10, 15 million, whereas, you're grabbing somebody from the Bundesliga or La Liga, and that's like 50, 60 million.
But I mean, look at Christian Pulisic. You think a team wouldn't pay 50 million, 60 million for him? A team, not his team. Chelsea would sell him in a heartbeat.
I think so. Now,
you don't think Newcastle wouldn't take Pulisic? Weston McKinney? What about this 17-year-old kid who's from my hometown, Pepe? We're trying to get him on the show. We're talking with his family right now. So my family's talking with his family, trying to get him on the show.
Come on, Pepe.
Of course, I think he's only like 17, 18. So he may need to sign a contract.
To sign a waiver.
Yeah, just like Lil Najee.
Exactly. Did Lil Najee come on to play FIFA with you guys?
No, he didn't. But Lil Najee did get his Leeds United kit. I dropped it off.
Damn.
I dropped it off over there. So, But to answer the first part, was Clint Dempsey the best American soccer player ever? No. And I'm going with BX's answer. He played for Tottenham, so absolutely not. Absolutely not. Dumbass. Why would he do that? He was good. He was very, 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 very good. So let's see. Yes, Pulisic is definitely an injury case. Gio Reyna
definitely.
as well. Gio Reyna as well. Here you go, baby. There you go. Dun 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 dunzo babunzo. All right, guys. So that's about it for the show today, guys. Unless you have any more pressing questions that you need answered before tonight's show. And please feel free to troll the show that I'm on later and ask more questions like this. Like who would you rather date, Butterbean or Tyson Fury? Adele or Tyson, or Adele or Butterbean? McBride second, Howard third.
That's Thorgy Thor or whatever.
Thorgy Thor. Big shout out to my girl Thorgy Thor. Yeah, I thought that was Adele. That's Lil Thorgy Thor. Yes, and don't forget, tomorrow I will be on another podcast show, not podcast, live stream. I will be on Only Football Fans tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern
time,
which is 9 p.m. in the UK, and then immediately after we'll be doing our fantasy football show tomorrow, so at 5 p.m. this time. So but yes, I'll be on to add a little
color
nonsense. Yeah,
add
color.
a little color.
Why? Because I'm Mexican?
I didn't say that.
Because it's a bunch of white dudes on that show?
I didn't say that either.
I don't consider myself that.
You're Mexican?
Sometimes when it suits
when it
me.
Suits him.
I'm also a bunch of other things. When will the universe end, Bandy? You're gonna have to tune in next week for that one. For the answer to that one. What's up, Xander? How you doing, man? Let's see. Anybody else? What a reference. I don't know what that reference is responding to, but
I have no idea. Tonight,
sure.
7:30 Eastern.
Orale way.
Save the tweet. Tomorrow, Only Football Fans. This guy.
Yeah, the universe will end when the Spurs win the Premier League right there. So don't forget, guys, here's the link. I'm putting it here in the comment section right now. I'll be on in about an hour and 45. You know who Thorgy is. Lewis. I just met her today. She's fucking awesome. She's super cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go to her. I'm gonna go to her. She does a Wednesday night trivia, and she was like, "It's so hard to do this trivia stuff. Like, here's some examples." And she starts saying trivia, and I'm there with my like camera, huge ass camera like this, and I'm just answering everyone. And she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" And I was like, "I do trivia every Friday. You should come on our show." Nice. So we're gonna try and get Thorgy Thor on our show.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Yes, baby.
I would love to see Thorgy.
She is mad talented. She's a violinist as well. Does Thorgy's Thorchestra or something like that. But she's
Sign
super talented. I'll fix those in 1 minute. We just got to say bye to all these clowns.
Meaning we got to say goodbye to all you lovely people who are joining us. If you haven't yet, smash a like.
Those clowns.
Not that clown. Only when he wears that jersey. But if you haven't had a chance yet, for those of you still watching, smash the like.
Yes, please
give us a thumbs up. Do all the things. If you're not subscriber yet, subscribe. Do all the things. And more importantly, if we haven't hit upon a conversation topic, go to our website on the Stupid Lolo. Join the
on the Stupid YOLO.
On the Stupid Lolo, and join us in the discussion page and post your question. I will definitely answer. He might answer.
Yes, I might, depending depending.
I'm on every day and I'm posting something.
But guys, this was a ton of fun. This was a fun show. And if you guys are in desperate need of some laughs, BX says to watch an episode of What We Do in the Shadows. I agree. I think that's a fantastic show. But as Director John and you get off camera. As Director John and us were saying earlier, go back and watch our happy hour from this past Friday. We all think it was one of our best happy hours ever. Like, it was, we were cracking up the entire time. So go back and check that out. It's always good crack, and the trivia was fun as well. But we will see you guys later on tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And we'll see you later in the week.
And Mr. Tom's final betting advice: Baltimore Ravens to win by 7 points or more.
Who do they play tonight? Browns?
Oh, no.
Come on, Mr. Tom. Who are they playing?
Tottenham. Oh, my God. All right, guys. We love you guys straight up. Thank you guys for joining us. Peace from Brooklyn, y'all.
Yo.
Thank you, Director John. Adios, bitches.